Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Royal Ascot here on Friday. It is June 23rd, 2017. Gonna look at all the races on today's program from Royal Ascot, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me tomorrow for the final day of the Royal Meeting from Ascot. It's a great card tomorrow also, and today's card might be one of my favorites of the week so far. I'm very confident in my picks for today's races. I think, some races might be a little chalky, but some races you might be able to make some money. And for some reason, I haven't been winning. I've won a few races this week, but the good thing about it, all the winners I've had this week have been about $20 average payout. Yesterday we had the $20 winner in the with Olivier Pellier. Before that, we had two winners on, I believe, Wednesday with the Wesley Ward horse that paid $43 here in the States, and one earlier, and then we had the $20 winner to end the card on Tuesday, and we had Ribchester. I think everybody in the UK and in America had Ribchester, but we had some nice returns so far this week, and I think this is going to be the card that's going to make you a lot of money. So let's get on to it. 6 races to look at, starting off with the 2:30, the first race from Royal Ascot, and it is the Albany Stakes. It's a Group 3 race here for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $98,500. That's in American currency, so don't get confused. It's for fillies, 2-year-olds, field of 21 horses going the 1,200-meter trip or 6 furlongs on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 5 horse, number 5, Clemmy. Hopefully I said that right. I'm going to go 5-9-2 in the tricast of the trifecta. 5-9-2. My top pick, number 5, Clemmy, 8-1. Owned by the Coolmore Group. Ian O'Brien trains this one. Ryan Moore gets the leg up. This horse has only had one start under his belt, or her belt. That came at Curra, May the 27th, on a good ground. 6 furlongs in Phillies main stakes. Horse finished 3rd that day and quickened up a little bit that day, but just needed that extra kick. Personally, I think the 6 furlong distance might be a little bit too short, but I think she can get a great closing kick at the end to get up there. She's bred to go about 1.25 miles to 1.5 miles because with the Galileo and all, and but with you're gonna have a fast pace with the 2 Americans in this one, and I think this horse could really take advantage of that fast pace and really close up well at the end, and maybe track the leaders. Ryan Moore, has ridden some really good races so far this week. Ridden some very good races in my eyes. Some people might not say that. I remember reading some things on Twitter about Ryan Moore's rides this week, but he's ridden some nice races in my eyes. Like I said, I think this horse will really get a good pace to get a good closing kick at. 8-1, I think it's a great price. Gets the inside barrier from the 2-hole. Don't think that should be a problem. So watch out for this horse here today to maybe upset at 8-1. So to recap my bets for the 2:30, the first race from Royal Ascot, it is the Group 3 Albany Stakes. Gonna go with the 5 horse Clemmy, or Clemmy, pardon me if I mispronounced the horse's name wrong. Gonna go 5-9-2 in the tricast of the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 2, the second race, to 3:05 from Royal Ascot. It's the King Edward Stakes. It's a Group 2 race here for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $277,000. It's for 3-year-old colts and geldings only. Field of 13 horses going the distance of ground to 2,400 meters or 1.5 miles on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 4 horse, Crystal Ocean. I'm going to go 4-1-3 in the tricast of the trifecta. 4-1-3. My top pick, number 4, Crystal Ocean. 5-2. Andre Attazini for Sir Michael Stouts. This 3-year-old colt had to see the stars. Most recently, this horse had to start on the 18th of May at York. A very wet going. 1.25 miles in the Group 2 Dante. This horse finished 3rd by 1.25 lengths. They had so much rain that week at York. And, this horse will really take advantage of the firmer ground today. This horse just didn't really quicken up as fast as he should have. I'm just going to blame that on the wet, yielding ground. Today, with a firmer ground, which this horse really likes, he should run a big one. Start before at Nottingham, April 22nd. Firm ground, 1.25 miles in Class 5 main race. Horse won by 2 lengths, quickened up nicely. It was an all-around great victory for this horse. That proved he wants firm ground. The 1.5 miles should be to this horse's liking also. From the 7th stall, I think that should be that post draw should be okay for this horse. But like I said, the firm ground should be good for this horse. And then this colt's only start as a 2-year-old came at Newbury, yielding going. Again, this horse isn't a yielding going kind of horse. 7 furlongs, Class 4 main race. Horse finished second by a neck with Ryan Moore in the saddle. This horse just missed. I don't think he was going to win that day, even though he got off for second by a neck. But, he looked like he was a little bit struggling with that ground, with the very wet ground. Like I said, the firm ground should really help this horse today. So watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the second from Royal Ascot, the 305, it's the Group 2 King Edward Stakes. Going to go with the 4-horse Crystal Ocean. I'm going to go 4-1-3 in the TriCast to the trifecta. To race number 3 now, the third race, the 340 from Royal Ascot. It's the Group 1 Commonwealth Cup. It's for Class 1 horses here, going for a purse of $492,000. That's in American currency, so don't get confused. It's for 3-year-olds only, colts and geldings. Field of 12 horses going the distance of ground of 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I'm going to use the favorite here. This is the last favorite I'll be using on the card. That's going to be the 3-horse hopefully I say this right. I watched the replay, all the replays for this horse last night, and I think I might have forgot the horse's name or how to pronounce it. The 3-horse Cravaggio will be my top pick. I'm going to go 3-2-6 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 3-2-6. But my top pick, number 3, Cravaggio, mispronounced that name wrong, pardon that. Even money, Coolmore owned, Aidan O'Brien trained, Ryan Moore gets the leg up. This horse has been pretty perfect in his short career. He sprints nicely, and he should really take advantage of the very fast pace that I believe the 2-horse Bound for Nowhere is going to set. But most recently, first start of the year, May 21st at Naz. Good going, 6 furlongs in the Group 3, Coupier's Lackhin Stakes. Horse won by 4 3/4 lengths that day, was 1-2 that day, and quickened up nicely. It was an all-around great victory for this horse. It doesn't get any easier than that. It was the horse's first start since August the 7th. That came occur 6 furlongs in the Group 1 Keeneland Phoenix Stakes, not to be confused with the Phoenix Stakes at Keeneland in the fall meet, but this horse won by 4 lengths that day. Very heavy favorite at 13 cents to the dollar, and this horse again destroyed the field. Easy victory. It was the horse's first start since Royal Ascot 2016. That came in the 6 furlongs Coventry Stakes, and this horse won by 2 1/4 lengths that day, beating Maymoss and Psychedelic Funk. This horse just had a very easy run. He has success over the ground here at Ascot. This horse will really like the firm ground. This horse's best races have been on a dry turf, and he's going to get it today, and I think this horse will probably run the race of his life. So watch out for this one here today. Even money, I know it's not the best price, but I think this horse will really run a big one. So to recount my bets for the third, the 340 from Royal Ascot, it's the Group 1 Commonwealth Cup. Going to go with the 3-horse, number 3, Cravaggio. Going to go 3-2-6 in the TriCast of the trifecta. To race number 4 now, the 420 from Royal Ascot. It is the Group 1 Coronation Stakes. It's for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $529,000. It's for 3-year-old fillies only. Field of 7 horses going the 1,600-meter trip or 1 mile on the turf course. They are not using the stretch course or the straightaway course for the 1 mile. They'll be using the turn. I know that there might be a special name for that, but I can't think of it at the top of my head. But they're not using the normal straightaway course. They're using the round course, I believe they call it. So just keep that in mind here. And you have Winter in this one, who won the Irish 1000 and English 1000 guineas, and with seeing earlier in the week with seeing the other Aidan O'Brien horse who won the guineas this year for the Colts not doing well earlier this week in the stakes races, that kind of scares me with Winter here. How fresh is she going to really be? How is she going to like the ground here at Ascot? So I'm going to pick away from Winter. If she runs a good race, I'll applaud her, but I think this is a race you can maybe find a price in. I'm going to go with the French Invader, number 4, Precuse. I'm going to go 4-7-1 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 4-7-1 TriCast. My top pick like number 4, Precuse, 8-1. Olivier Pellier is on this Fabrice Chabret trained 3-year-old filly out of Tamayus. This horse won the French 1,000 Guineas a few weeks ago at Deauville, 1 mile in the Group 1 Essai Pouliche Stakes, basically the French 1,000 Guineas. Horse won by 3 3/4 lengths, quickened up nicely in the field of 18 horses and just went away with it. It doesn't get any easier than that. It was the horse's 3rd start of the year, probably her best start ever in her lifetime. Start before in the Group 3 Pre-Siggy Stakes at Shunty, 6 furlongs April the 9th. Horse finished second by 3.5 lengths. 6 furlongs might have been a little bit too short for this horse. She quickened up a little bit at the end, but she needs the extra. She's going to be a great miler, this horse. She didn't get the mile that day. She got the 6 furlongs. She just needed that extra kick. Next start out, she proved she wanted the mile, and she ran incredibly well. And then start before at Fountain Bleu, May the 17th, 6 furlongs in the main race. Horse went by 3 lengths, quickened up nicely, all around great race on that very wet ground. I think with the drier ground, this horse should run even better. So watch out for this one. She's run some very nice races in her lifetime, and I think she could really upset Winter here. Inside post draw, watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for race number 4 from Royal Ascot, the 420, it's the Group 1 Coronation Stakes. Gonna go with the 4-horse Precuse, pardon me if I mispronounce any of the horse's name wrong during these videos. I'm gonna go 4-7-1 in the TriCast, the trifecta 4-7-1. So now let's get on to race number 5 from Royal Ascot, the 5th race to 5 o'clock. It is the Group 2 Queen's Vase Stakes. It's for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $198,500. It's for 3-year-olds only. Field of 13 horses going the distance of ground of 1 mile 6 furlongs or 1 mile 3/4 on the main turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 3 horse, number 3 Count Octave. I'm going to go 3-12-10 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 3-12-10. My top pick, number 3 Count Octave, 8-1. Ocean Murphy is on this Andrew Balding trained 3-year-old colt out of Frankel. I believe Frankel got his first sired victory of Royal Ascot yesterday. First thing when I think about Frankel is I think incredible milers who 1.25 miles at the most. I don't think about stayers, but I think this horse, looking at the horse's running line, this horse really wants to stay and go over the 2,400 meter trip. Most recently, this horse had a start at Chester during the big festival in May. That came on May the 11th as my iPad starts to dumb out. But May the 11th at Chester, 1.5 miles in the Group 3 Chester Vase Stakes. Horse finished 5th by 5 lengths. Didn't quicken up a lot that day. Chester's a race course you want to be speed from the rail. It's very similar to Aqueduct here in America, the inner track at Aqueduct. You want speed from the rail there, and the same thing like Chester, speed from the rail. This horse, he closed up a little bit at the end, but I don't think the layout for the course is not to this horse's liking. Also, the 1.5 miles isn't to the horse's liking either. I think with the extra furlong or 2 furlongs here today, this horse should have a lot better of a run. And plus, with the more expensive turf course should also help also. But before that, 6 weeks earlier, May the 28th at Wolverhampton, 1.5 miles on the Tapeta in a Class 5 main race. Horse won by 3 lengths, was 30 cents to the dollar, was the best horse by a mile, improved in, just went easy, quickened up nicely. It was an all-around great victory off the layoff. And then just first career outing, October the 9th at Goodwood, 1 mile 8th Class 4 maiden race. Horse finished 3rd by 5 1/4 lengths. He needed that extra ground, didn't get it that day, and it just wasn't his day to win. This horse has been crying out for the 1 mile 3/4 distance today through his career. He's getting it today. I think this horse should run a big one here at 8-1. Also a good barrier draw from the 3-hole. So watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the 5th, the 5 o'clock from Royal Ascot, it's the Group 2 Queen's Vase Stakes. Going to go with the 3-horse Count Octave. Going to go 3-12-10 in the TriCast of the trifecta. Let's get on to today's 6th race, the finale for today's card from Royal Ascot, the 535. It is the Duke of Edinburgh Stakes. It's a Class 2 handicap here, going for a purse of $98,500. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards, rated 0 to 105. Field of 20 horses tackling the 2,400 meter trip, or 1 mile and 1/2 on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 17 horse Mainstream. I'm going to go 17-5-10 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 17 5, 10 TriCast trifecta, basically my top 3. My top pick, number 17, Mainstream. This 4-year-old gelding out of Dansel, owned by Her Majesty the Queen. Sir Michael Stout trains this one. Ryan Moore gets the leg up. You better have a good day. I think I have him. This is the third time I have him today. But most recently, his horse had started the 7th of May at Newmarket, mile and a half in a Class 2 handicap. Horse finished third by 2 3/4 lengths that day. You know, he closed up well at the end from an outside post draw, but I think off the layoff, he might have needed that race. I think second off the layoff, coming here to Ascot, this horse should have a lot better of a run. Start before at Newbury, September the 16th, mile and a half Class 2 handicap. Horse finished second by 1 1/4 lengths and couldn't catch the winner, who ran incredibly well, but this horse was second best on that soft going. And then at Beverly, August 27th, mile and a quarter Class 2 handicap. Horse in second by head and just missed. Had a great turn of foot in the stretch, but just missed. I think this horse is, with the firm ground here today, this horse should really like the going. If you look at the running line, the horse's best runs have come on very dry or firm ground. Getting it today, just watch out for this one to run a very big one. So he'll be my top pick here at 5-1. So to recap my bets for the 6th race, the finale on today's program from Royal Ascot, it is the Duke of Edinburgh Stakes. Going to go with the 17-horse Mainstream. I'm going to go 17, 5, 10 in the TriCast of the trifecta. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me tomorrow for the final day of the Royal Meeting from Ascot. I will have full card previews and selections for that here on YouTube. So good luck to all.